What's up, everybody? This is podcast Gameoverse episode 090 for Saturday, January 8, 2022, our first show of the new year. What's up, everybody? I am Wasabi Ice Cream. Hamtaro in the chat. Got the cat jam going. Rick's with us. What's up, Rick?
Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm excited. First show of the new year. Can't wait to get into it. If I sound a little weird right now, I guess cat's out of the bag. I am sick. I'm fine though. It is COVID, but I'm vaccinated, so symptoms are mild. I'm okay. Nobody needs to worry about me. And if you don't worry about me, cool. Just ignore what I just said. Um, but yeah,
Yes.
I'm here. I'm excited. I'm excited to start the show, man. This is great. This is just what I needed to get me out of bed. But let's start where we always start, man. Tell the people what you've been playing.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it hasn't happened in a
Tell
while, huh?
everybody. Good show, everybody.
Haven't done that in a while. All right. Guys, we do this live. This is a live show. If you go to
Yeah.
gameverse.com or gameverse.com/Twitch or gameverse.com/YouTube, you can jump in the chat and talk to us as we do this live and throw us some questions and throw us some ideas and we'll talk about it. And there's a long show sometimes, so I like to post the show notes, the very notes we use to do the show. You can jump on right now and just look at everything. Got everything linked out over there. So I don't know how that shows up in, like, if you're listening on like Spotify or Google Podcasts or whatever. I'm not sure how the links shows up for the show notes, but I always
Me
put it in
neither.
there. So, but on YouTube it'll be in the description and everything, so you can just click that if you don't got time to sit here and listen to us ramble about dumb shit. Um, but dude, I've been playing some video games, man. Like, for
Yeah.
real.
I know
Uh,
you've been streaming a lot the past couple days. Tell the people what you been playing.
all right, where do I want to start, man? I finished Psychonauts 2 finally,
Nice.
so that happened,
Was it
and
everything you wanted it to be?
yeah, and more. I mean, that game is just it's a masterpiece. It's game
Yeah.
of the year basically. For me, it was game of the year 2021. Like, there was like, and nothing really. It was between that and It Takes Two for me, but that game, Psychonauts 2, is just it's incredible. Story wise, gameplay wise, just everything about it. I think it got snubbed at the Game Awards, but that doesn't really matter.
I thought it. Oh, Psychonauts. Okay. I was
Yeah.
gonna say I thought It Takes Two won. I was like, oh no, you're talking
No.
about
Yeah. Yeah.
Psychonauts.
It Takes Two was okay, but like Psychonauts is just it's better in every way. Psychonauts has the complete package, where It Takes Two was more innovative and like the gameplay was just
Yeah.
really cool. But yeah, so Psychonauts, I finished it. I'm not gonna show anything or talk about it much. Just play it. Play the first one too. Uh, which I think it's on Game Pass now. The first one. And what else? I've been
First one.
playing this week. I've been playing
Yeah.
Life is Strange 2.
Oh, how'd you like that?
It's so I the thing about the thing about these games is that the writing has to be on point, because
Yeah.
they sometimes they have like things that they're trying to say. There's some topics that they try to cover, and if the writing is not done properly, it can come off very cheesy or forced or anything in between.
Cough,
Or it could
Detroit
be
Become
really,
Human. Cough, cough.
yeah,
Cough,
yeah.
cough. Robots literally singing slave songs. Cough, cough.
And I think the way this game sets up its thing, so the whole premise is that you're like a high school kid and you have a little brother and you're Mexican Americans.
Okay.
And so the story revolves around that. The story revolves around that, them being Mexican American and a certain environments that are not welcome of that. So
Versus Life is Strange 2?
is Life is Strange 2.
Okay.
No one really talks about this one. I have a friend. She put me on. And was like, no, this is, you got to play it. And I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And it's the first episode. Here's the thing. I really like the characters. Okay, the main character Sean and his little brother. D. It starts with a D. I forgot his name, but like they're really good characters. Like I like the interaction between the brothers. But Daniel's his name, Daniel. But so the first episode, I'm just gonna say what happens. It's not a huge like spoiler or anything. It's literally the whole point of the game is that it's like Halloween. Your little brother is like fucking around making like zombie shit, and he makes his fake blood, and he goes outside and he gets his fake blood on his neighbor, which gets him into a huge argument. You run out there and like try to defuse the situation. You push him, and he ends up getting like knocked out. And then a cop rolls up, pulls his fucking gun out, and is like, get on the ground, get you fucking kids, stop messing around. And then your dad walks out the house like, hey, come on, it's not, there's nothing, they're just kids. And then he shoots your dad for no reason, kills him.
The most realistic part of this fucking game so far. But continue.
Well, when you see it, the whole situation is so like the way it happens is so stupid, man. Like I laughed when he shot the dad because like I laughed and I caught myself like that's not funny, but at the same time it's just so ridiculous and over the top that I just had to like my gut instinct was just like that's silly. Uh, so like that happens and then somehow the cop gets like injured too, but you don't really see what happens because everyone's like freaking out. So there's just like three like dead people on the ground, and you like run away with your little brother, and it all takes place in the same universe as the other Life is Strange games, which I didn't realize until you like start was like, hey, you have a save from Life is Strange 1 and the Captain Spirit game, and so they're just on the run the whole time. They're trying to get to like Mexico from Washington, and because I guess
To be
your
honest, I
father.
totally forgot like that happened because like when you said Life is Strange 2, I thought you meant the Living Color one. And you started
No,
talking about Mexican American little brother. I was like, oh right, there is an actual Life is Strange 2, and
yeah,
nobody talks about it.
no one talks about this one, so I think that's what also made it more interesting is to play is because no one talks about this one. I completely forgot about it, just like everyone
It
else.
too.
So
I did too. I did some Googling while you were talking. And I was like, I didn't know the main chick from Life is Strange 2 is Mexican American. And I realized, oh, that's the third one. Living Color's the third one.
but
But yeah.
um so yeah, so all that happens, and like there's another scene where you get to like a gas station, and you're like struggling because it's just you and your little brother, so you can't find food, you don't have any money, so it's just kind of you just like going from place to place trying to just figure shit out. But then you get to this gas station, and the gas station owner is like extremely racist. He like conks you over the head, knocks you out, ties you up in his like
What?
basement, and he was like, "You're kind aren't welcome around here." And I'm like, "What the fuck is going on? This is like the most over the top shit." And this is all in episode 1. This is all the first episode. And I'm like, "This is fucking ridiculous." Like it goes 0 to 60 in such like wide, huge swings. You're like, the fuck is going on? So like
That
that
is so
kind of
crazy. That is so funny. I don't even know how to respond to that.
it kind of put me off at first. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, okay, if this is what this game is, man, they gotta like tone it down just a little bit. But then like I went on, the second episode is much better. The second episode, I enjoyed that episode thoroughly, only because it didn't have any of that bullshit. It had nothing to do with any racists or cops or anything. It was just, hey, we're gonna go to grandma's house and we're gonna just hang out with them and just like it was just them telling their just it was just them living their life basically, and it was just interacting with other people, and that episode was like great. So I don't know. Like, there's times where it's super heavy-handed, and then there's times where it's like, dude, you like calm down a little bit. It's weird, but I'm each episode is like 3 hours long, so I've been playing them just Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm gonna be streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so we'll check out episode 3 on Monday, and I'm hoping. I don't know what to expect, to be honest. I've heard,
It
yeah,
is
I've heard,
so crazy. Like, I don't even know
yeah,
how
I
to
don't.
respond to that, dude.
It's super. It's weird. I don't know, but like I like it. It does what those games do best. Like the visual storytelling is really good, where you can just like flip open your phone and you see all these text messages because you've been on a run for a while. So like the first chance it gives you to like look at your phone, you just have all these text messages. It's like, hey man, where you going to this party, man? Come on, I thought you were gonna be here. It goes from that to like, oh shit, I just heard what happened. I'm so sorry, man. I can't believe. But you know, you read through all that stuff and you're like, man, yeah, this, like they're really good at like this.
Yeah.
Um, but
That's so funny because, like, whenever a game or a movie, anything deals with racism, very rarely is it like not heavy-handed.
yeah,
And which, like, I get it. Like, racism isn't exactly a subtle thing, but I've never seen a show or a movie where someone's so racist, some random store owner just knocks you out and ties you up in their basement.
yeah,
Like, that's so weird to me. The most obvious thing would have been just to deny service, oh, we don't serve your kind here. Like, that would have been heavy-handed, but at least realistic. And in
well, because
Washington, what the fuck? Who's racist in Washington? Like,
well, there's like smaller
like rural
country
towns.
area, yeah, where it's like
Yeah,
they don't get many visitors, so
I don't know.
like
And
it
I
makes
think here
sense.
Washington, I think like Seattle, and I think that's my problem. I think of
Yeah,
Seattle. I think of Washington. I was like, who's racist in Seattle? But whatever.
yeah,
Oh, that is
but
so funny. Like, I probably would have laughed too if it was like as crazy as you made it sound. And that's all in the
it's
first
archived.
episode?
That's all in the
Jesus.
first episode. It's archived on the YouTube. So you go to gameverse.com/YouTube, get the episode 1, just watch it, dude. Just watch it. You'll hear my natural reaction of what happens there. It's just that's not funny, but like that's literally what I did. I laughed and I was like, that's not funny, but like the whole situation was hilarious. Yeah. And like there, and then like right after that scene where the gas station guy captures you and you break out, there's like a Seth Rogen looking guy who saves you, and and like in his like car, he's like living out of his car, and the whole time like the chat was like, I bet this guy's a pedophile, which would not have surprised me. That would have been another thing where I was like, okay, yeah, I guess they're gonna do that now, but they didn't do that, so I was happy. I was glad they didn't do that, but um
God, that is I don't even know what to say to that. That is fucking crazy.
so yeah, so that happened. Life is Strange 2, that's what that was. Then so you sent me a copy of Fight and Rage, which I
Yes.
I played a little bit.
And what'd you think?
Not bad.
Right?
I thought it was just like a straight up like beat 'em up, but there's like way more to it than that. That was like a full combo system, like air juggle. That's
Yes.
like a throws and a counter system. I don't even know if I have to tell you that.
Yeah. There's so much in that game. Like, it has a super system that I think is really cool because, all like beat 'em ups have a, like a fuck off button. You push the button, you go next to the screen during the gets guys off. The problem with that is that usually spending out. But what this game does is you go with the super, and you can use the super meter to use it. But if there's ever a point you don't have super, you can sacrifice health to use it if you want. really cool the way it does it. You can combo into those moves. So it's so deep. I've only been playing as what's her name? I think what's her name? Girl. She's the one I've been playing as. Her combos are very, very deep. I haven't even touched the other thing. That's so much. I guess yeah, it's really good. And there's going through the level as normally, but there's a bad guy at the end who's holding this girl hostage. And if you step forward to him, he kills the girl and the boss fight starts. But if you manage to pick up a knife in the level and don't use it, you can throw the knife at him, saves the girl, and then she takes the other direction. Oh, I know a shortcut. So the girl's okay, you can come with me.
Wow.
I played through most of them. They all seem to be like very fast.
Game's very difficult. I haven't really gotten that far. So, but there's like tons of unlockables and really cool stuff. So it's good for like
there's
a little
unlockable costumes.
And...
it's really good. I fucking love that game, and I'm so happy you liked it. I saw it on your wish list, and I was like, oh, I hope he likes it. Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, I hope he actually likes this. I'm glad you did. It's really good. Next time you play it, let me know. I'll log in and play with you.
Yeah.
I haven't played multiplayer yet, so that'll be cool.
And then I just want to talk about just one game. I've been dabbling in more mobile games. And like they're all almost entirely the same. Like eventually, like the ones with more action in them, they all eventually just automate themselves entirely. You just hit the auto button and it'll like do all your questing for you and fight all the monsters and shit. And I'm like, okay, I guess if you're gonna make a mobile game and like I don't know, I don't know. They all play themselves. So I found one though. I found one that is probably the greatest mobile game ever made. I wouldn't be surprised if this ended up on like Switch because it's that good. It's called Meow Tower.
I don't know if it's on purpose, but I can't see the stream in the staff chat.
Oh really? No, I'm giving it to you in the private chat.
Oh, that's what I meant. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I'm just dumb. Yeah, I'm dumb. It's in a small corner, that's why I couldn't see it. Never mind. So tell me about Meow Tower. I like you can play the game like portrait mode. I like that.
It's only I like portrait mode games because I don't want to like turn and play it like I don't want to pretend like it's a video game, even though it is. It's a Picross game. But it's Picross mixed with like Animal Crossing, but what if they were all cats? And it's good. It's good.
It's good.
I'm playing this every day for like the past week.
Yeah.
And it's just Picross, and then when you finish a puzzle, you get like catnip, and you use the catnip to buy. You have like let me see. I'm recording all video for these. You can buy them. So it's like Animal Crossing. You buy them like you have like a hotel or whatever the fuck. And so the more you please your cats, the more tenants you get, and they all have like different likes and dislikes, and you can give them furniture and customize their rooms and stuff, and they all have and they're all super cute. And this game's great. It's great. I love it. It's free. It's called Meow Tower, and it's on Android. I don't know if it's on iPhone, but
Looking it up
great.
on the App Store right now. That
It's
sounds
fucking,
dope.
it's fucking great. I bought there. They have a little. Now, okay, so here's the problem. Though. It's not really a problem, but you can only play a certain amount of puzzles like each hour or whatever. Like you get like 8. They call it pencils. And once you run
Is it
out,
right
you
here in the
gotta.
App Tower in Nonogram?
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know the puzzles are called nonograms. I thought they were just called Picross, or sometimes people just come up with different names for it. But I guess they're officially called nonograms, I guess. But this game's great. It's fantastic. Meow Tower, it's super cute. The music's really, really good. It's got like original music. It's got like all the graphics are good. All the cats have like stuff to say. They give you like dialogue options. It's all like it's great. It's good. I like it. Like I said, Meow Tower. You like
You
cats?
didn't know, now you know.
Yeah.
I love it. Alright, I'm downloading it right now. I'll check it out after the show. I haven't been playing a lot. Like I said, I've been sick since apparently I've been sick since the new year started. Like I got one day when the new year started where I was like fine, maybe 2 days. I even went to work and like the next day I was like, I feel like shit. And I still worked. I worked from home, so I didn't expose myself to anybody. And halfway through the workday, I was like, I feel like dog shit. And I ended up like calling out the next day, got a test taken, I came up positive, so I've been off since. Um, I'm starting to feel better though, so I should go back to work. But I've just been playing a bunch of games on my backlog. I haven't been able to play on my computer because honestly I've been feeling too sick to like sit at my computer. So I've just been
Yeah.
playing mostly on Switch. I've been playing a lot of SMT5. I pretty much stopped playing SMT5 when I got so for Christmas I got the new Pokemon Shining Pearl. My brother gave it to me for Christmas.
Okay.
And I got a good chunk of time to invest into that. And oh boy, it's not great, dude. It's a huge step down from what I was expecting in a Pokemon game because I mean going from Sword and Shield already, Sword and Shield looked like a pretty cheap game, but I defended it. If you remember, I remember saying like, I really liked what it was doing, and that game with all the DLC, it's definitely worth $60 at that point. If you can get that game and all the DLC for $60, it's definitely worth it. It feels like a $60 Pokemon game. The wild area stuff is really cool. It's a more open world design to it with Pokemon you can actually see. I really, really, really like that. I really like that, and I was like, I hope the next game just builds up on that. The whole game is built around this wild area idea. That would make it so cool. They didn't do that. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. It's a direct remake of Diamond and Pearl. Not even Platinum, by the way, which is like has extra content in it. It'd basically be like if Capcom today remade Super Street Fighter 2, but left all the turbo content out of it, is basically what it'd be like.
uh,
Um, yeah. So that's a fucking annoying thing you have to deal with. Also, graphically speaking, I mean, a game doesn't look great. I know it's trying to recreate this like old school Pokemon style, but it ends up just looking really cheap and gross. The game's still built on a grid, but you can move if you use a stick. You move full 360 degrees, which you think sounds okay. But I'm always getting caught on shit. I don't know what's going on. I keep turning in directions I think the game wasn't built for me to turn in. So there's a lot of moments where like I'm constantly bumping into shit, getting caught on shit. The geometry is built in a way that's supposed to be for grid-based movement. Like like right now in the video where you saw she was going through the cave and
yeah.
she got caught in the corner. That happens all the fucking time, dude. It's not like a small thing. All the time it's happening. It doesn't matter how sharp I try to make a turn. I'm always doing that. It's so weird. I don't know what's going on. And the game again, it feels really cheap. It feels like the DS game but like worse. and it bums me out, especially since like I really did like the original Diamond and Pearl. One thing that this game does that's really fucking weird is the original DS game had these Poketech is what it was called. It was an application you could use to do all sorts of stuff. It had like there was like a calculator on it, a counter on it. There's a status screen on it. Um, what's cool with it though is on the original DS, it took up your bottom screen. So there's this cool little app you can use that was touchscreen enabled that lets you do all the stuff. They brought it back in this game, but they just copied the app wholesale over instead of making any changes to it to match on the Switch. And you're like, oh, the Switch only has one screen though. Yeah, there's a separate button you push that brings the app up, and it's still a touchscreen app. So you have to use the touchscreen on your mobile when you're playing handheld. Oh, but if you're not playing handheld, you got to use the analog stick to use to replicate touchscreen controls. It's so fucking weird and lazy. I don't know why they didn't just remake this like Poketech thing. There is a really cool system in the game. You can dig underground and enter the underground area, which in this game has been remade to the Grand. I can't remember what they call it, the Grand Underground. And the Grand Underground is really cool because you can go online with it. There are exclusive areas you can catch exclusive Pokemon you can't find in the overworld. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do in this, and now honestly, the Grand Underground is cool enough that I think it almost makes up for a lot of the things I hate about the remake. But there's still so many little things that they just get wrong that the Grand Underground doesn't save it. It's really frustrating, and as a longtime Pokemon fan, this is like it felt really lazy. It felt like a really lazy, cheap remake that was just there to get out the doors to have something released for the holidays. It doesn't feel like there was a lot of time and effort put into it. The game looks really ugly. Like I hate the way the game looks. People defend the graphics, like, oh, that's how it looked in the original game. Okay, but that was like fucking more than 10 years ago. We're past that now. We got newer hardware, make stuff look nicer. And I don't know. I didn't really like it. I got a good chunk of time into it. I invested a good chunk of time into it. But I hit a point where I'm playing it. I'm like, this feels like a chore. I'm not even having fun anymore. And I
Yeah.
stopped. This is the first Pokemon game I've stopped playing in a very long time. And this is coming from me. I'm like the Pokemon apologist on this show. And even then, I'm still pretty critical. But this is like, just skip it, honestly. If you can get it on sale for like $30, maybe. But in the meantime, I'd say just skip it. It's not a great game. Oh, and there's fucking Bidoofs everywhere. My fucking God. Like, they could have fixed this game, but no. They just copied and pasted everything over that was in the original game. So you still have the same issues you had in the original game. So you find a new grassy area and there's maybe one new Pokemon and you can count on fucking finding Bidoof everywhere, no matter where the fuck you are. And if it's not a Bidoof, it's like it's an evolved form. It's so frustrating. Like all the annoying things about Pokemon like are in this game and they didn't do anything to change it. Which would oh god, I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna keep just shitting on this game and it's not.
You're saying
Yeah.
everything you're saying is applies to every Pokemon game released in the past 10 years, right?
I would argue Sword and Shield did a lot to change it because a lot of the grass and stuff is
Sure.
avoidable, and the
Sure.
wild area stuff is really cool. And the wild area stuff is really cool because you can actually see the Pokemon out in the world, so it's really easy to avoid them. And the challenge of like, oh, if it's an overpowered Pokemon, you can't catch it, it'll actually chase you down and beat the fuck out of you. Like that's really cool. And when I played through it, I was hoping that they would just take that wild area concept and just put it through the whole game on their next game, but they didn't. They went backwards with this one. Like
I
it's
got it.
so crazy. Like it's
Oh,
so
IGN
crazy.
gave it an 8 out of 10.
Of course they did. Of course they fucking did. Um, this is not an 8 out of 10 game. This is like a 6 out of 10 at most. Especially if it's like your first Pokemon game, it might be okay. But if you've played all of them like I have, and you're already starting to get that Pokemon fatigue, this is a huge step down. Huge step down. Um, yeah, and it's not great. It's not a great game. I haven't even gotten to the end of it yet, but I'm even gonna be started on like a lot of the end game content that was in platinum is cut. So that's not there. There's no reason for it not to be there. It could easily fit in either version of these Diamond or Pearl. The only reason why they would do that is to try to be lazy or sell it as DLC.
We got Rebel in the chat talking shit, just like you can if you go to Gameverse.com/Twitch or Gameverse.com/YouTube. He says all Pokemon games are so boring.
It can be fun. There are some fun elements of the games that are there. Like I like breeding Pokemon for competitive use. Like I think that's a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun doing that when I play Pokemon. And some of the most fun I've had playing Pokemon is just like trying to breed like the perfect team or the perfect Pokemon to do one specific thing. Or taking a gimmick and running with it and building a whole Pokemon around that gimmick. Like I like having fun with that, but I'll
Yeah,
argue that Pokemon hasn't been interesting enough in a long time. Like Sword and Shield was a good first step, in my opinion. Sword and Shield was a very good first step to try to modernize Pokemon a little bit, but it was a half measure, I think, in what could have been a really, really good game.
yeah,
And there's a lot of stuff in there, especially with the DLC, where I was like, "Oh, this stuff is really cool. There's some cool ideas, cool concepts here. If they just build on it in the sequel, this can be good." And I argued, like when I played Sword and Shield last year, I argued if you can get the game and all the DLC for $60, it's worth it. There's a $60 game there. If you can get all the base game and all the DLC together, it's definitely worth it. But this game, no, dude, it's not. It's not at all. And if
it's
you
just
want that same idea, just play Shin Megami Tensei. Like it's Pokemon with some balls.
yeah. Once you've played one Pokemon game, you've pretty much played them all. They just don't mix it up enough to really warrant uh, the amount of releases that they have. If you're like trying to play every single one, it just doesn't. You're just gonna get fatigued.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. And it's really frustrating to see that because Pokemon could be something fucking phenomenal, but they keep trying to play it safe. I don't know if it's just if it is laziness, if it's just, oh, we're not gonna try because people are gonna buy the games anyway, or if
Yeah,
it's because there are strict deadlines, they try to get a new Pokemon game, at least something out before the next holiday season. Whether it's a mainline game or like a spin-off game or something. They are always trying to get something out before the holiday season. So I wonder if that's something that's contributing to it. I don't know. I got really bad Pokemon fatigue now, so I'm at a point where I'm like, I don't know if there's gonna be anything that'll like really impress me anymore, unless they completely mix it up. But we'll
yeah,
see. We'll see what happens. I'll probably still end up buying them if they go on sale, like I did with Sword and Shield. I totally skipped Sword and Shield until it was like half off one day, and I was like, all right, I'll try it. So I was able to get that and all the DLC for like $60. And after I did that, I was like, okay, this is worth it. But it's gonna be really hard for me to justify it. If you want a good Pokemon experience, you can get Shin Megami Tensei 5, which is available right now, and I've been playing the hell out of that too. Still a great game. Still really good story. Really fun demon negotiate. It's a lot like Pokemon, where it's like a monster catching RPG. But with this game, it's demons instead of like little cute monsters. And these are like demons from all across history and some gods too. So stuff like Thor's in the game, Odin's in the game. There are demons like the Filipino Mananangals in the game. Like there's some really cool stuff in it, and the game's pretty ballsy. It's got a really mature story that I really like a lot. I talked about it when it came out a while back, and I love it. I've been playing that a lot while I've been sick, and it's still a solid game. I think everyone should go check that out. If you like Pokemon, but you're like kind of tired of the Pokemon formula, SMT is definitely gonna scratch that itch and give you something you want. I also got Rad for Christmas. That Rad's
oh
really cool. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you've heard of it? It's a
it's on my
roguelike.
wish list. Yeah, Double Fine.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got a really funny sense of humor. It's a more melee combat focused roguelike. It's very simple melee combat, so don't expect like Hades with this game. But what's cool with it is that it has this like mutation mechanic, so you can like if you fill up this bar enough, you can get these mutations. That's all kinds of stuff like throwing fireballs. There's one that lets me like psychically control enemies. It's really cool. I've only played it for a couple hours, and then I felt like shit, so I had to turn it off. But it's a lot of fun. I really liked it. I think it's like $20 on Steam, like normal price. So go check it out. It's a lot of fun so far from what I've been playing, and I recommend it. It's got a fun sense of humor. The game's like dripping with like 80s aesthetic. So if that's like your decade, you'll love this game. I've also been playing a lot of Remnant lately. Thanks to my brother. Since him and I have both been sick, he just randomly hit me up and was like, "Hey, you want to play Remnant from the Ashes, the third-person shooter Souls-like?" And that's still a lot of fun. I still love Remnant. I played it for a couple hours. It was free on Epic forever ago. But my brother and I got really into it. Now that we have the time to like really get into it, and it's a fucking blast. I forgot how much fun this game is.
I've not had a
But
chance to play this with someone else yet.
oh, it's good, dude. Next time my brother and I play, we'll hit you up, or you and I can play, and I can try to boost you.
Yeah, you're
But
probably
it's a
well
lot
ahead
of
of me.
fun. It's a really good game. It's a lot of fun. The gameplay is really tight. The controls feel really good. And that's one thing I really like about Remnant. Everything from shooting, aiming, dodging, vaulting, it all feels really good. Like the game has problems. The game can get really fucking hard for like no reason. There's some bosses that are just straight bullshit. And there's some moments that are like almost like undodgeable unless you like already predicted it happening ahead of time. Like there's a lot of bosses you can't just like react to. You have to like know ahead of time what they're gonna do and avoid their attack.
Yeah.
And but it's still a fun game, and the controls feel really good. Like despite some of the frustrating shit, it's a really good feeling game. And I definitely recommend it. But that's all I've been playing. I haven't really been playing a lot because I've been feeling like shit. I really want to buy that Nintendo Game Builder Garage, and I almost bought it. I might buy it in the next couple days because I really want to buy it. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's all I've been playing, man. Like I said, I've been feeling like shit, so I haven't had a lot of time to like really sit at my computer and play all these games. I got a ton of games for Christmas. I got Rad, Wasabi got me um the Tales from the Borderlands from the Telltale games.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law got me Black Mesa, and I really want to play that. So I'll probably have more games played when we do it again next week. I also got Deadbolt, which I've been excited to try forever. So we'll see. I should have more to talk about next week, but yeah, I can't wait to play them, especially Tales from the Borderlands. Like I really want to play that. You talk it up so much on the show, so
It's the best Telltale game. So
how can you say that when Wolf Among Us existed?
because I played both of them. Also, Rabbids in here fucking do exclamation point. Actually, don't do that. Rebel's in here begging for games, so just know that Rebel, if you came around more often, you would get you would get stuff. I give away stuff all the time. Hang out in the Discord. I give stuff away in the Discord all the time,
Yeah,
all the
every
time.
time, every time, what is it? Is it Good Old Games? No. Who did Dodgeball Academia?
Oh, humble.
Humble. Yeah, anytime Humble releases a new game, like Wasabi's always has like an extra key that he gives out.
Yeah, humble gives us keys. I give them away every time. So
Yeah.
just saying, Rebel, you fucking you want some games? You just gotta be here. Just saying.
You heard him, Rebel. You got to be here, man. Um, but yeah, that's all I've been playing. Now let's get jump into the news, man. A PlayStation VR 2 and PlayStation VR 2 Sense controller, the next generation of VR gaming on PS5. So finally, because like we've been people have been talking and upset that like there hasn't been a new VR for PlayStation 5 yet. And now here we
Yeah,
go. Sony announced they're having a new upcoming VR system for PS5.
which they announced it like a few months back, but they didn't give any details. They pretty much
No,
just said,
nothing.
"No, we're working on it. Don't just we're working on it. Just wait." And here it is, man. This is fucking exciting. This is probably the thing that gets me to buy a PS5 finally.
There's some cool shit in here, man. There's so right now, the VR2 is set to offer 4K HDR, 110-degree field of view, and full V8 rendering. So full V8 rendering, what is that? That just renders what you're focusing on? Do I understand
Yeah,
that correctly?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So in order to increase performance, basically, so this thing has eye tracking. So what that helps with is it senses what you're looking at in the game and says, okay, since you're focusing on this character, everything around that character, we're gonna give less detail. We're gonna render at less quality, so it can increase performance.
Which makes sense. Like that's how your eyes kind of render things anyway. So,
Yeah,
like if you try to look at something in your peripheral vision without like putting your eyes at it, like it looks all blurry and gross without
yeah,
focusing. So I like that. It's a cool way of like keeping the immersion there with the higher fidelity graphics and the higher fidelity performance, while keeping immersion good without having to like completely scale down everything else. That's really cool. I like that. And the hardware is nothing to not to sneeze at either. It's got an OLED display, which is great. I love OLED displays. I think OLED is
yeah.
the king of displays. And if you don't agree, he could fight me. Um, it's got a high resolution display of 2000 by 2040 per eye. And frame rates can rest anywhere between 90 to 120, which is great. Because I mean, anything VR, I've played VR with lower frame rates. It's fucking gross, and it made me
Yeah.
sick. So, me personally, I can only handle like 90 and up without getting like my stomach turned around. So that's really cool. We already talked about the inside out or the eye tracking, so that's really cool. I like seeing that.
Um, inside out tracking means there's no. So the way it worked before was that you had to set up a camera, and the camera sees the
Oh
position
yeah,
of the controller and the headset. Which is a problem because if you turn around, then you lose all tracking, which is a bad thing.
yeah.
So with inside out tracking, the cameras are in the headset, so you can turn
Ooh,
whatever way you want. Yeah, it's
okay.
it's kind of it's kind of there's no best if I would to say which one's better, like the camera versus having it in the headset, I would say the camera system is better only because if you have multiple cameras, you can sweep the whole room and you can really track everything with like the utmost precision. Where with the if it's like tracking inside the headset, basically if you put your like hand behind your head to like simulate like getting a bow out of an arrow out of a quiver or something, it's
Oh,
gonna
that's gonna
lose
fuck with
track of the
it.
headset.
Yeah,
Yeah, so there's still
I
there's
didn't even
still
think about that.
downsides to both because you need more space if you're gonna set up cameras like that. That's what the Valve Index does. It does outside in with like the base station cameras and shit like that.
Yeah.
Um, but so what they're talking about with this PSVR 2 sounds extremely expensive,
Yeah,
considering that Valve Index is $1,000
yeah.
and it doesn't even have an OLED display. It doesn't even have a 4K HDR display. It doesn't even have eye tracking. It doesn't it doesn't have the PSVR is gonna have rumble in the headset. Uh, they're calling it headset feedback that like supposedly gives you sensations of whatever's happening in the game. Like this thing sounds way better than the Valve Index, and that thing is $1,000 just for like the
Yeah,
complete set. I can't imagine. I don't know what the fuck this thing's gonna cost. Of course, they don't tell you
yeah.
here,
I can't
but
imagine either.
it sounds very expensive.
Yeah, I can't imagine what's gonna cost either. Um, Yeah, there might be less R&D into it since they're all gonna be running on the same hardware. For the Valve Index, there could be some variations with your hardware, but that wouldn't affect the price. Um, yeah, dude, I have no idea. This is gonna be expensive as fuck, though. I can't imagine it being that cheap.
Yeah, they showed off. They announced this thing with a new trailer for a new Horizon game that they're building
Is
for
it a
this
trailer?
thing.
Just a dude talking into a
Well,
camera.
yeah, but they tease a little thing called Horizon Call of the Mountain. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Um,
Yeah, the first like minute and a half are just this dude talking into the screen. You don't get to actually see the game till like the very end.
yeah. But I'm excited for this thing, man. I'm excited for it as long as they're pushing, because VR has been very stagnant. Like after Half Life
Yeah,
Alex came out, there's not been
like
much
that
to
killer
talk
app. Yeah,
about. Yeah, in VR. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Is like how does this change the game? How does this like up the ante a little bit?
yeah,
And I I'm curious. I need to
yeah.
know.
Me
This
too.
this would get me to buy a PS5.
It wouldn't get me to buy a PS5, but I'd definitely be
Yeah.
interested in it. This looks really cool. We'll have to wait and see when we get more information on it. Speaking of new hardware, the Nvidia, we had a Nvidia and AMD conference at CES 2022. Nvidia announced some pretty cool stuff. I mean, that RTX 3080 Ti laptop like looks really cool. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
We finally got a 3080 laptop GPU, which doesn't really make a difference for us. We don't play on laptops, but there are
Laptops
some
are a
people
rip
out
off.
there. There are some people out there that want that. That want that laptop performance
Yeah.
to rival their desktop. Um, so it's cool to have those products out there. So now you can get the 30. You can get a new RTX laptop GPU that could support all the new modern RTX, all the RTX support, DLSS. You noted that Fantasy Star Online 2 is going to support RTX and DLSS, so good for
Yeah.
you.
A lot of games. They said a lot of games will support RTX and DLSS, but I found it interesting that Fantasy Star Online 2 is gonna support it as well, even though like
Yeah.
that game fucking. I don't talk much about New Genesis, but I fucking hate that game.
Yeah, you told me it's not great. You said it's not great.
It's like as a motherfucker who loves Fantasy Star Online 2, I feel like that New Genesis kind of ruined things a little bit. Not gonna lie, but I'm glad to see it getting some support here for DLSS. Also, the day before that, the game that looks like The Last of Us, like almost exactly, is gonna have RTX and
God, I
DLSS, like they
remember that
said.
game. I forgot that was happening.
Rainbow
Um,
Six Extraction. There's a bunch of games that are gonna
yeah,
be supporting this stuff. So
so that's really cool to see. On the AMD side of things, we got the Ryzen 6000 series processor, and a line of RX 6000 series mobile GPUs. The Radeon RX 6500 XT GPU for desktop. So that's pretty cool. AMD's got some stuff coming in. They can't quite hit the power of the Nvidia GPUs, but
yeah,
for a
but they
budget,
did.
you can
They
squeeze some
did.
power out of them for the budget they got.
Yeah, they came in at so both Nvidia and AMD announced their like budget cards.
Yeah.
So Nvidia announced their RTX 3050,
Mhm.
and that's coming in at 249. And AMD's budget one is coming in at a cool 199
Yeah.
on January
And the
19th.
performance on
So
the two of them are pretty similar too. So
yeah. So if you can fucking get them,
yeah, if you can get them, good
those are
luck.
very good prices for some budget
Yeah.
cards right there.
Good luck getting a
There,
hold of them right now though.
yeah,
Yeah, Jesus
That's all I
Christ.
cared about. The both of those conferences were very like mobile focused and very. They spent a lot of time talking about AI and car shit, and it was just a lot of shit that we don't care about. I don't care about, but I linked everything in the show notes. So if you just go to show notes and you care about this stuff, all the info's there. You can scrub through.
Yeah, there you go. We got some Game Pass news because of course we do.
Yeah,
Um, we got Gorogoa is coming to cloud console and PC. That's available right now. Is the Gorogoa interview that Dave did with the dev still up on the site, or has that been taken down?
it's on our SoundCloud. I think
Yeah,
is where I put that, but there's some stuff happened with the site in the past that we kind of had to like redo everything because it just was not.
yeah.
Which by the way, now we're talking about the site. I did like go in and completely update the site. The site is like I might do a video just on the features of the site because a lot of people don't know. You can go on there and like write your own like reviews and shit. And
Yep.
there's like individual game pages and shit. You can follow the games and like the news and shit. But anyway,
Anyway,
it's not there, but it's on the SoundCloud, I think.
yeah, cool. So go check it out. Old collaborator Dave did a interview with the dev for Gorogoa before the game came out. Pretty cool, pretty insightful if we get into the mind of a dev.
Yeah,
Um, we also got Olesia coming out as well, cloud console and PC. That's available right now. Olesia looks really cool. The Pedestrian cloud console and PC is available now. Ember is available now. But more importantly, Mass Effect Legendary Edition
yeah,
is now available on console and PC using EA Play, which you have access to with Game Pass. That's definitely awesome. Fucking, I've talked about this before. Mass Effect Legendary Edition is great. It's the definitive way to play Mass Effect now in 2022. In 2021 when it came out. That's probably my game of the year. Being honest here, I have put so much time into that game. I did, dude. I put so much time into that game. It does so much to make Mass Effect One. Um, it does a lot to age up Mass Effect One in a way that's more comfortable and in line with Mass Effect 2 and 3. Mass Effect 2 and 3 just look so good in this game. It's awesome. It's awesome. Go check it out. Um, and now you do if you have Game Pass, you don't have an excuse not to play Mass Effect anymore.
yeah.
Um, Outer Wilds is also available now, cloud console and PC. I know you're excited for that.
Yes. I
More people get to
mean,
play
look,
it.
the way you look. Okay, so if you've not played Outer Wilds, you're fucking up
I'm
because
fucking up. I'm fucking up.
it is the greatest game ever made. Okay, I don't say this just because I like it. Okay, it's like it's bigger than that. It's like the only other game that's made me feel as good as Outer Wilds makes me feel about video games in general is when I was 8 years old and I played Ocarina of Time for the first time, and it shattered my mind in terms of this is why I fucking love video games. This is it, and nothing has ever given me that since until Outer Wilds, and nothing probably will give me that ever again in the rest of my life. I don't know. I'm probably gonna die, and not never get that feeling again. I'm telling you straight up. Outer Wilds now that it's on Game Pass or both cloud and PC now. No excuse. You have to play this fucking game. It's that good. It is that good. So that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I gotta say.
Definitely check it out. And I've owned it. I own it, so I don't know why I haven't like really given it much of a chance. I played it a couple times, but I want to find a day where like I can dedicate just my time to that. You know what I mean? Like I don't have anything to bug me. I don't have to like worry about going to bed early to get to work the next day. This is like my day is gonna be dedicated to that game. Um, and
Yeah.
I will have that moment one day. We also got Splunky 2 releasing on console and PC. Played the first Splunky, liked it. Haven't played Splunky 2. And Anacrusis, the game preview for the Anacrusis is coming out on console and PC. I've never heard of the Anacrusis. Like I've heard of all the games on this list, but not
They
that.
showed it once at a like a Microsoft event. It's like a Left for
Oh
Dead.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That Left 4 Dead style game, but like in space with aliens,
Yeah,
and it's got this like 60s, like this futuristic 60s style.
yeah,
Okay, that one looked really cool actually. I might check that out now. If my fucking Game Pass lets me play it. My Game Pass has been fucking being so weird, dude. Um, but yeah, that's it for Game Pass. We also got a quickie that Ubisoft is going to be releasing. Rainbow is coming to Xbox, and Rainbow Six Extraction is going to be releasing day one on Game Pass.
yeah,
I totally forgot Rainbow Six Extraction was happening.
yeah. Well, they're talking about it now. It's getting close, but I.
Yeah.
It seems like they have no faith in this game because I remember when they announced this game, it was supposed to be like a $60 full. You buy the game, you play it, and that's it. But then since then, like they've changed the messaging. I think now it's like a $40 game, and then it comes with like a buddy pass, so you can just give away a free copy to a friend. And then now with this, it's just gonna be on Game Pass, so you don't even have to fucking like, don't even have to care about it anymore. Just play it on Game Pass. Fuck it. And the thing about the Ubisoft Plus thing is that people think that that's just included with Game Pass. It's not. It's you have to subscribe to Ubisoft Plus, and then you can play those games through Game Pass. It's like an additional subscription,
Yeah, it's like a tier on your subscription,
and
which yeah,
it's
that's
it's it's probably the best way to play most of those games because I think it's like $15 or some shit, and for like a month you can really just bang out like whatever game you care about. Like I used it when Watch Dogs Legion came out and Assassin's Creed Valhalla came out in like within like a couple weeks of each other, and like Phoenix Rising came out. I played all three of those in like the same month on just one $15 subscription, and then I canceled it. So
yeah.
it's probably the best way to do it, I would say.
So there you go. There's a way to cheat the system. You heard it from
Yeah,
Gameoverse.
yeah.
Um, did you know there's a fucking Paw Patrol game on Game Pass?
Oh,
I was
what?
going, yeah, there's a Paw Patrol game on here. I didn't know Paw Patrol had a game.
Oh, yeah. We mentioned that I think last
Did we? Oh, we
last
did. You're right.
show.
You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
they had a bunch of like kid games that came out.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But yeah, so that's happening if you're actually interested in playing Rainbow Six Extraction, which if you are, no judgment. Okay, a little
I
judgment.
mean,
I'm gonna judge you, but
I think our friend Clay Dog, he said he had it coming in his Game Pass or Game Fly.
oh yeah, yeah, he did.
Like, why would you
Like,
waste? Why would you waste a thing on that?
yeah, it like doesn't look good at all. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll be surprised. I doubt it, but maybe we'll be surprised. Um, we also got a look at Death Stranding Director's Cut. It will be launching simultaneously on Steam and Epic Store in spring 2022. I could have sworn this shit was already out. I thought this was
The
out already.
well, the director's cut came out on PS5 only.
Ah, right, right, right.
So
It was coming out on Steam and PC later, right?
yeah,
So yeah, there we go. We got a release date spring 2022.
I guess that's good. This better be a free upgrade if you already have it, because
It better
I
be.
already have
It's
it.
probably not, but we'll see. Because it doesn't just add like, because the director's cut doesn't just like add like performance stuff. It also like adds new game content and new,
Not much
just
though.
new
Not much. It was mostly just for PS5, just a performance and graphic update
yeah.
with some additional content that doesn't really matter because no one really cared about that.
We'll see then. We'll see when it comes out what they'll do with it. Also, there are some random achievements for GoldenEye 007. The N64 version popped up on Xbox One out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool to see, man. Like people want to
So,
play the N64 GoldenEye. Don't know why, but they do.
well, I
So,
remember a couple months back they like it leaked that 360 version leaked and people were able to play it,
oh, I
and
remember, yeah.
I guess that caused a bit of a stir and people were like, "Man, it would be dope if this actually like released." and now it seems like it's happening. Kinda. I guess there's just devs just testing the achievements, and it just popped up in this database, this achievement database. So there's only two people who have it, and I guess they're both testers. So, and they like traced it back, like, yeah, this is actually a tester's account, and we can confirm that it does exist, and this is a person who's testing the game, but or I don't know. They have there's not been any official announcements yet, so it'd be dope. This game is one of the last holdouts of like the modern uh emulation era where it's like this game is very impactful in the industry, but you can't play it anywhere unless you have the old
Real hardware,
hardware
yeah.
type shit. Like
And it's all
not
because of like licensing issues. That's the worst part. Like, um, what was that other game that Rare did? Runs on the same engine. What is it?
Perfect Dark.
Yeah, Perfect Dark. We got a kind of a modern remake, quote unquote, of that in the Rare Replay collection,
Yeah, that
which
was
isn't
great.
on Game Pass yet. What the fuck? Like that should be on Game Pass for PC, but whatever.
Yeah, it's on the cloud. You can play it on cloud. Well, that game was never on PC, so I think they have to like figure out how to get those like 360 or Xbox One games on PC. You can just do it in the cloud, even though it's not a great way to do it.
Do that. I would rather buy a cheap like Gen 1 Xbox One and then buy Rare Replay before I do it on cloud. Um, but yeah, that's the bullshit. But it's funny because it's not like it's not possible because like again, Perfect Dark runs on the same engine and that was playable on Xbox One, no problem. It actually got some performance enhancements, um, some new anti-aliasing options, 60 FPS, a steady 60 FPS frame rate.
Yeah.
Where like I played the original Perfect Dark back on the old school Retrobyte days. I played it, and that game plays like shit. God damn it, that game runs at a sub 20 FPS the whole time, and sometimes dips to the 10. It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so it's not like it's not possible to do it. So that happens, it'd be cool. I'm not gonna play it because games have matured since then, but
Yeah, well,
it'll
they
be
also
cool to see it.
added in that Perfect Dark release, they added like Xbox Live support and
Yeah,
stuff like that, so you could just like go online and like play. Because you remember like that game was like a staple and same with GoldenEye, like it was a staple of multiplayer couch gaming, competitive gaming, where it was like get your
yeah.
buddies together, we're gonna go and load up the complex and fucking don't pick Odd Job though because he's too fucking short and no one can kill him type shit. So like that's what that game was. So if you add Xbox Live support, I think it would give like a kind of big resurgence to that kind of.
It could. That'd be cool to see. We also got 30 free games on GOG right now.
Yeah.
So go check it out. Shadow Warrior Classic is on there. So that's cool. Postal is on there. Just a couple big names you probably heard of.
Yeah, most of these are pretty old, but there's some good stuff in here.
Yeah. Shadow Warrior alone is like worth it.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
fucking love Shadow Warrior. The original Shadow Warrior alone
Yeah.
is worth it.
I played
Um,
that. I played that when I was at an age where I shouldn't have been playing that.
Postal is on there. Classic and Uncut. So go check it out. We also got to look at some new trailers and videos. We got to look at Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. We got the official move style trailer. God, dude, this game looks incredible.
Yeah. I didn't think I realized that they're doing like I thought it was just gonna be skating, but they've got like BMX bikes, they got skateboards, they got pretty much everything of like the PS1 fucking like Tony Hawk clone era.
Yeah. Not just that, but like in the beginning of it, he was doing like backflips and he like did a backflip like into like a skateboard grind. So
Yeah.
maybe there might be like some parkour stuff in there too. That the only game I could think of that did that was Tony Hawk American Skateland or American Wasteland.
But
That
they
kind of
also
did
like
something similar.
they switch on the fly too. Like he starts on skates and then like, or he starts on like a. Oh wait, does he switch? Maybe not. I thought he was on skates when he was doing that backflip, but he wasn't. He was on foot. So
And he was on foot, did that
yeah,
backflip like into a skateboard, which is really cool. And the game like looks like Jet Set. Like
yeah, yeah,
it straight up looks like Jet Set. If you told me, oh, there's like some unreleased Jet Set game for like modern systems, I would have believed you.
yeah. But this is Team Reptile. These are the Lethal League guys.
Yeah,
So they've always had like that style about them.
which I'm cool
Great.
with. And if you guys remember the composer and the original artist for the radio for the music from Jet Set is coming back for this game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's basically Jet Set 3.
Yeah. No date on
Basically.
this yet though.
No. No name yet, no date yet, but I'm excited. This is a day one buy for me, dog. Like
Yeah.
I really want to play this. Um excuse me. This looks good. I was already confident in it when we got that first like teaser, but now that I'm actually seeing gameplay, I'm like, okay, my confidence is like solidified now. We also got a look at Monster Hunter Rise, the PC launch trailer. Looks really cool. Looks really cool. Those of you who don't know, I played the shit out of Monster Hunter Rise when that came out on Switch. I still like it. I still think it's a great game. B Master saying hello, hello, B Master. How you doing? Um, Monster Hunter Rise was excellent on Switch, and I played a bit of the PC demo, and the game looks fantastic, plays fantastic. Just my goodness, this game looks fucking beautiful on PC, and I
I'm buying
cannot
it.
wait. Yeah, I can't wait for that to come out, dude. I might double dip and pick it up if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, you never did
Um,
when fucking World came out.
why would I? I don't want to
You
drop
mean
sixty
why
dollars
would
again.
you? You're playing the shitty version of the game. The Ultimate Edition is out on PC. Like
You
I
have to
remember
understand
when
that
I
going from PS4 to PC, like it's not as big a jump as Switch to PC.
sure, but PS4, I don't know. Once you taste it, you're like, no, this is. I don't know what I was thinking. Especially that base PS4, because that's what I have. And I'm like, I
That I
can't
had
play
to.
anything on this anymore. This is shitty.
And that's what bums me out because like I still play Rise on my Switch, dude. Like my brothers and my cousins, we all play on Switch. So I'm worried this is gonna like ruin the Switch game for me.
Abandon them.
Well, if I can go from a whole like team of people to like just you and me.
No, they'll wise up. They'll be like, okay, well, if this is where it's gonna be, I'll buy one of those new $3,000 laptops that Nvidia announced and get it going.
Also, the
Uh,
expansion is not going to be releasing day one on PC either, right? So
no, it's all coming out at the same time.
it is.
Yeah.
Ah, so to buy the fucking expansion twice. I'll need to buy the fucking game twice.
Just
Oh, you
abandon
know
it,
I
man.
can't do that. I can't just abandon my hunting party like that. Um,
Your hunting party,
my
okay.
hunting party, yes. We have a whole like this is a thing, dude. We got a network going. Like
B Master says in the chat, just like you can, you go to gameverse.com/switch. He says, "You guys heard of Rabbids Invasion Mission to Mars?
what? No. Hold on.
A show based on the game from Ubisoft." I'm not familiar with. I don't watch TV, so depending on what that's on, uh, I don't know. I've not even heard of it. I think Rick's doing research. Let's see. Research is happening.
Yeah, according to the wiki here, the Rabbids Invasion Mission to Mars, an upcoming astronomy comedies kids TV special that will air on Oku on France television channels in late 2021 and Netflix in summer of 2022.
In
So this was already
France.
aired in France and it's
Okay.
set to drop in Netflix this year.
Interesting. Is it
Which
is it good? Huh.
apparently the first episode's on YouTube.
This is
The
news to
first
me.
episode, you guys want to check it out.
I don't know.
It's
That's the
like
thing
8 minutes
about like,
long.
well, check that out. That's interesting. Is it in English? Wait, hold on. Let's see.
They're not
Do
really
some
talking, so
live research here. All right, they don't talk. They just make noises.
the Rabbids were like the minions before the minions were a thing.
Yeah. Love that unregistered Bandicam watermark at the top there. This is real quality material. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know about that.
I didn't know about that either.
It's slapstick. Yeah, I know what Rabbids is. I know what Rabbids is. I just don't. I don't like. I don't. Here's the thing. Rabbids is not. I feel like Rabbids don't like. No one appreciates Rabbids. Like they exist, but begrudgingly from like the audience that has to put up with it. I think like no one's out there going, or maybe B Master is like the biggest Rabbids fan on the planet, but I don't. I feel like people don't like the Rabbids. I think the greatest thing they did was that Mario mashup game.
Oh, it's so good. It was
Yeah,
so good.
but other than that, the Rabbids ain't. They're not. You know, they don't really hit in the streets like that. So
So, and apparently they're making a movie based on it too. From the guys behind Robot Chicken? Are you fucking serious? Okay, I might fuck with that. That sounds cool. B Master's also saying that 4 seasons of the special, they're animated by Team To, who I did look up, and they're a French animation studio. And they've animated a couple things. They did PJ Mask from season 2 and up. They also did some things that you might have heard of. Elena of Avalor, the first like Disney Hispanic princess. They did seasons
okay,
2 through 3. Sophia the First, season 3 through 4. That's all stuff I recognize. There's a whole like list they've done. So that's cool. That is cool.
interesting.
Yeah, so they got some shit out there. And if the Robot Chicken guys are working on a Rabbids movie, I might be into that. I might fuck with that.
Robot
Cool.
Chicken. I feel like Robot Chicken's another one that just people kind of just deal with. I don't know. Do
I
people
like
really
Robot
like?
Chicken. What are you
You do?
talking about?
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
love Robot Chicken. I haven't seen some of their later stuff, but Robot Chicken was my shit back in the day, dude.
Yeah, back in the
They're
day.
yeah, they're Star Wars specials. Ah, dude, gold, gold. On the rabbit, according to B Master, the Rabbits film is set to be a live action stop motion film, so I'm okay with that. Those of you who don't know, the Robot Chicken guys, what's their company called? Stupid Monkey. They did do a show on Netflix you can watch right now called Buddy Thunderstruck. That is a kid-oriented, like slapstick comedy show, and it's actually really, really funny.
Okay.
So check that out on Netflix. Buddy Thunderstruck has the same energy I think as the Rabbits do. So watch that if you like Buddy Thunderstruck. I'll give you like an idea of like what to expect with from a Rabbits movie if that's what they're working on. Cool. Thank you for that, B Master. Thank you for that,
Yeah.
B Master.
Didn't
Yeah.
know didn't know the Rabbids fans existed, but see they came out and gave us some information that
Yeah. And
I
that's
didn't know
something I'm
about.
actually excited for now. This is cool.
I wouldn't go that far, but it's
That looks
interesting.
cool. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out. If it's gonna be on Netflix, what's the problem? Just watch the show on Netflix.
I don't stream stuff.
All right, like I don't know, whatever it is you do then.
Okay.
Go play Blank of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
But no, but yeah, that looks cool. I'm excited for that now. That's something that'd be cool to check out. Season 4 is on Netflix. What is it really? Already?
In France.
In France, probably. I mean, I got a VPN, so
Oh yeah, we got
yeah.
NordVPN.
My brother and I use Nord. So we kind of invested into it because, like, he's in the military, so he's not exactly going to be in the States all the time. But he wants to keep up with this shit.
Yeah.
So he kind of came. He was upset because he's like, "Oh, I can't like watch shit when I'm out of state." When he's like, "I can't watch shit when I'm out of states," and I told him about Nord, and he was like, "This looks really cool." And him and I both like went halvesies on it, so that he can watch like his stuff wherever he goes, and I can watch like Japanese stuff in the US, which I never used it for that, but still it's cool to have it. But yeah, so I might just use Nord to watch it. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, B Master. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's good info.
B Master Animation.
All right. We've gotten sidetracked here. But that's good though, because this is short. We don't have much.
Yeah.
I think we missed Awesome Games Done Quick is starting this weekend, I think, on tomorrow night,
Yeah.
I think.
Awesome Games Done Quick is starting tomorrow. So go check that out. For sure, go check that out. We love Awesome Games Done Quick. We love Games Done Quick here on the show.
Yeah.
We also got a look at Dead Cells, Queen of the Sea, the Queen of the Sea. Sorry. That is set to. Oh, that's available now. Cool.
Yeah, it's out.
So there you go. An excuse to keep playing some Dead Cells, which is really good. I fucking love Dead Cells.
It's
I need to get
extremely
back into
good.
it. It's extremely good. I just
Yeah.
don't. It's the same problem I get with most like roguelikes where I'm hitting a wall and I'm losing enthusiasm to keep playing.
Yeah. I will say the thing about Dead Cells is that it's a very you got like luck based ones and you got skill based ones. And so like if you're not like good, if you can't get good, then you're gonna hit that wall. Whereas like the luck based ones, if you just get lucky, then fucking like Binding of Isaac is like one where it's like, oh, I just got this combo and it's destroying everything. Like you could really just breeze through. But yeah, Dead Cells, you got to be on your shit.
Yeah. It's like luck's a part of it, but a lot of it's skill.
Yeah,
I
a lot
want
of
to say it's
planning.
like I want to say it's like 60% skill, 40% luck,
Yeah,
where most other games just skewer them in the opposite direction. Um, but yeah, this looks cool. I haven't played any of the DLC or any of the expansions for Dead Cells, so I really gotta like give it a shot because I did like Dead Cells a lot.
yeah,
Um, we also got a look at Lost Ark. Is this the game I'm thinking of? That's the that Diablo like, right? From
yeah.
Korea.
And
That
I'm
looked
buying.
incredible.
Actually, it's not. I think it's free. It's gonna be free, and it looks incredible. I've been
Yeah, play
dying
free
for.
February 11th.
I've been dying for a Diablo game to play with a fucking controller.
Right, because Grim Dawn doesn't let you play controller yet.
It does, but it's bad. It's like not great. Like after Diablo 3 did it on console, I was like, this is how this should be done. And no one's done it that way since. So I'm like, come on, motherfuckers, like get with it. And this looks like it might do that. So
I'm like looking for something to like scratch that Diablo itch. I've also been playing a lot of Grim Dawn lately. Just looking at builds online and fucking around with that. Um,
yeah,
those of you guys know like that shit going down with Activision Blizzard. I refuse to touch anything Activision Blizzard if that gets resolved. So I'm not playing Diablo 3 right now, even though the new season's up. I'm still refusing to play it. So
Yeah,
I would love something to scratch that itch, and this looks like it'll do that.
yeah. I will
I'm
say
just
it.
worried the free to play stuff is going to be a little too grindy for my taste, but we'll see.
Well, like there's free to play games that do like Path of Exile is free to play, and that's been very good. Well, I don't know. I think the community at large is frowns down on some of the things that they do, but I look at it and go, "There's a lot of shit here. This is great." Um, but this looks awesome. Like the systems are showing off now. You can mix and match your abilities to create different combos. It's cool. It's cool. I don't know. I
Yeah,
like it.
this looks really cool. Just the shit you can combine. It's like, oh, here's like the startup. Here's the attack it does. Here's the effect of the attack. You can customize all of that.
Yeah.
I'm like giggling. This is so cool. Um, fuck, I really like this. The
Yeah.
game's just like, hey, play how you want. Here's the system to build however you want. I love that. I love games that let you do that.
But the only thing I don't like is it does a thing that all these like Korean MMOs do, which is the classes are gender based. So if I wanted to play like a male assassin, I couldn't do that. Or
So weird.
yeah, that's what well even like Diablo does that where it's like,
No,
oh,
it
if I wanted
doesn't.
to play, yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Nope. There's genders for each class.
Okay, maybe I'm almost certain like when I picked the witch. Oh, I know you're right. You're right. Is that something they changed? Because I remember like the demon slayer is usually like I've only seen a female demon slayer.
They like to prioritize like one gender as like the canon one.
Yeah.
So like that gets all the attention on like the box art, the promotional material, but you can swap between both of them.
All right. Maybe you can do that here. They're just not showing it, but I doubt it.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it'd be cool to see what they do with it. This looks dope. Like I'm really excited for this.
Yeah.
I really, really want to play this.
Um. He's bringing up the Paw Patrol game. B Master. I heard someone else talk about that Paw Patrol, and they did say it was like a Zelda. It's on Game Pass. Maybe I'll look at it because I'm a sucker for anything that's like Zelda like.
There you go. B
So,
Master's talking about this other game, Spirit, Lucky's Big Adventure. It's a
uh,
children's game, but it's almost like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I think we've talked about that one in the show before, right? Spirit, Lucky's Big Adventure.
not ringing any bells from the title, but
Oh no, this is a spirit, like the horse spirit stallion game. This is not what I was thinking of at all.
oh,
I didn't know Spirit was still like,
relevant.
yeah. They got like one movie with like some Bon Jovi songs back in like 2003, and like that's it. I haven't heard anything
Yeah,
about it since. But I guess like no, Spirit's actually still popular.
interesting.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. I guess I hadn't heard of it. I was thinking of something else. Um, oh, 2002. Thank you. I knew it came out like early 2000s, that movie. Um, Out of the two of us, I'm probably like the more knowledgeable on like animation and cartoons and stuff than Wasabi is. That's just because like I love cartoons growing up.
Yeah, look, this is a child's game.
Yeah.
This is something my little sister would have played a decade ago. Sure, not sure now. I don't know. You could be surprised. Sometimes these games are just like, yeah, this is game of the year. um,
Interested in this B Master says is interested in this bullshit we're talking about. we like to talk a lot of the show, and I like to talk about animation as much as I can. I wanted to be an animator when I was much younger, and
Oh,
I
really?
realized like I can't draw. Yeah, but then I realized I can't draw. So
Yeah. Well, Spirit, Lucky's Big Adventure. That came out in 2021.
yeah, it looks really interesting.
Look at the hold on. I'm gonna look at the Steam reviews here. No
While you're
one's
doing
playing
that,
this
we got
game.
another trailer to look at. Showa American Story exclusive reveal trailer.
Yeah, so this game looks like a so it takes place in an America that's like a colony of Japan. So wait,
Oh,
let me get the video up here. So it shows you all these like landmarks of America, but Japanified.
ooh, this is cool.
But the idea is like dope as fuck. But then the gameplay looks like almost like a Dead Rising almost, but with like a woman with very heavy jiggle physics. Like I'm not sold on the quality of the actual game here, but the concept is very interesting.
Yeah, the idea, like this game does not have to be set in like a Japanified America, but it is. And that's
Yeah,
interesting already to me.
but then it just looks like a bad Dead Rising. Not a bad Dead Rising, but it looks like Dead Rising basically. It's interesting. It's interesting.
This is super interesting.
I don't think the studio behind this have done much other stuff. Actually, I looked it up. They only had one other game on Steam, but this looks like a little fun, like little Dead Rising type clone. So, but yeah, I thought it was interesting. So,
This is so weird because it's got this like 1950s Americana like look to it, but with a
yeah,
bunch of Japanese aesthetics around it too. I really like that.
yeah.
Like this is really cool. I don't know entirely what I'm looking at, but I think I'm into it.
So, yeah, it's got like music too. It's actually better to watch it with the music because you don't really get the full you don't get the full effect without the music. But it looks interesting. It looks like I mean it looks. I thought it was low key like a straight up Dead Rising, like a new Dead Rising, but different. But it's not. It's just some random indie studio just doing something weird and crazy. And I like that.
Which I'm
So
okay with. Yeah, I like it when indie studios do something that's weird and crazy.
yeah,
I'm excited for that. This looks cool. Um, that's dope. We also got a look at we got some new releases coming up. Nothing too crazy. We got Monster Hunter Rise coming out January 12th. Astroneer is coming out on Switch January 13th. And I forgot this was happening. God of War PC. That's coming out January 14th. I totally forgot that was happening.
yeah, and so soon too.
Yeah, that's
I will,
crazy. I forgot that was happening.
I will be buying this and playing this again on a
Ah, it's
good.
like $50 though, isn't it?
It's worth it though.
Ah, I
Worth
don't
it.
know if it is though. I
Masterpiece,
don't
dude.
know if it is
It
though.
was so shitty playing it on a launch PS4. So I wanna go through this again and really crank everything to the max. And it's gonna have DLSS and it's gonna have all the good stuff. So
Might give it another shot. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I might give it a shot. But yeah, that is going to be it for the show. Thank you, everybody. coming in and talking with us. B Master, thank you so much for the video game and animation trivia. There's some cool
Yeah,
stuff. I'm actually pretty excited for that Rebel show or that Rabbit show.
yeah, not Rebel. Fuck
Yeah,
Rebel.
fuck you, Rebel.
Yeah,
But no. Thank you guys, everybody. We love doing this show. And the live part of it's my favorite part, man.
yeah. I love
You guys are
people just
here.
jumping in here, throwing stuff at us, and confusing the fuck out of us with some of this random shit you guys got. But I like it. I like it.
I like it too. I love it.
um, that's gonna do it, guys. You can go to Gameoverse.com. You can go to Gameoverse.com/Twitch. You can go to Gameoverse.com/YouTube. Gameoverse.com/podcast. Gameoverse.com/Discord. Gameoverse.com/Discord, guys. We're in the Discord like all the time, just chatting about random shit. So go in there and have a talk with us. Whenever we're not online, we're in the Discord. So
Yep.
24/7, just having at it. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday is the schedule, guys. Monday, Wednesday, Friday nights I'm going to be streaming. I'm going to be finishing Life is Strange 2 episode 3 on Monday. So we're going to do it, guys. Just jump in there and join us.
I'll be going back to work tomorrow, but I work from home, so I'll be out at like 9 o'clock. I can hop in and say hi.
Now, Rebel, we are streaming Saturday. It's Saturday right now. What are you, a fucking moron? All right, we love you, Rebel. We just give you shit because you fuck with us, so I'm gonna fuck with you, okay? Yeah, I said Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Saturdays do the podcast. That doesn't count, okay? Okay. Anyway, that's it. That's gonna do it.
Yeah. Night, everybody. Thank you all for coming.
Thanks.
Every Saturday we do the podcast.
Yeah, every Saturday. I know we missed a couple Saturdays, but this time we're not missing any.
Yeah. Our defense, like holidays.
Yeah, and holidays, of course, obviously we're not gonna. You'll know before we don't do one, but anyway. That's it. That's the show.